Live from the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is News 3 Now special coverage of the Republican National Convention.
Happy Wednesday and welcome to News 3 Now this morning's live coverage from the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. I'm Kyrie Lee.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Last night we saw some heavy hitters on the GOP side. A lot of former presidential candidates now throwing their support behind the former president, Donald Trump, in a show of unity last night. A lot of his former rivals and getting that crucial endorsement from Nikki Haley last night. That was big, and now we're moving on to day 3 of the convention. And
security continues to be tight here at the RNC and nearby areas. Not far from us here in Milwaukee, one man is dead after a shooting took place from officers from Ohio, and that left that man dead.
Yeah, this actually happened beyond the securities, the convention security here, about a mile west outside of the convention grounds. Police departments, you have to remember, are here from all over the country. We have 63 different departments here in Milwaukee from 24 states and Washington, D.C., all in town this week for the convention.
And we have new body cam footage of the incident. Police say 2 men were fighting and 1 man was armed with knives. He wouldn't drop the weapons when asked by police. The 43-year-old suspect then charged at the unarmed individual. That's when 5 officers from the Columbus, Ohio Police Department opened fire, killing him. Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman says someone's life was in immediate danger and officers took it upon themselves to act to save someone's life.
The Coalition to March on the RNC has been organizing protests throughout the convention. They released this statement after the shooting, saying that it is notable that the Columbus, Ohio Police Department was present at our protest, putting themselves out there as supposed peacekeepers. It feels obvious to say that killing people carrying weapons is not part of peacekeeping.
We're 3 days into the Republican National Convention, and Republicans are trying to win over voters on the issues of crime and border security. That was the theme of the second day, Make America Safe Again. We heard speeches with stories about people losing family members to fentanyl overdoses and murders. We spoke with Janesville Congressman Brian Stile from the convention floor. He explained the strategy like this.
I think there's a handful of things at play. We have both national security, where we've seen the Biden administration be in a position of weakness following the botched evacuation of Afghanistan. It's also about public safety in our communities that are directly impacted by the broken U.S.-Mexico border.
We also heard speeches from 2 Wisconsinites, former White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus and U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hovde.
Wisconsin has 41 delegates here at the convention, and when you cast your ballot in the primary, these are the people who vote on your behalf at the national nominating conventions. It can be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for those chosen to represent Wisconsin. For John Beauchamp, one of the state's alternate delegates, it's the chance to serve alongside one of his political idols, former Governor Scott Walker.
Kind of got me started in politics initially was Governor Walker running for president in the 2016 election. So summer 2015, the announcement rally was right down the road from my parents' house. I got a chance to go to that, and I thought it was the coolest thing.
Beauchamp has been working and volunteering in politics ever since, and now gets to appear on the convention floor alongside Walker. With the convention in Milwaukee this year, of course, people are questioning if local businesses are going to see a bit of a boom. Cleveland was the last city to host a Republican National Convention. This was back in 2016, when the last in-person RNC happened.
We spoke to local business owners in Cleveland to see if there is any translation from the Buckeye State to the Badger State. The RNC drew about 45,000 people into Cleveland. This included over 5,000 delegates and 15,000 credentialed media. With this massive influx of people, Cleveland businesses were expecting a big boom in their business, but many venues did not see the immediate spike.
It was the ones who were looking for that transient business of just people coming down and being a part of the RNC. Those are the ones that did not do as well.
There were temporary winners and losers, that some of our businesses didn't see any gain in businesses they thought they might have, especially in the outlying neighborhoods and suburbs.
Location was one of the biggest factors here. Venues in neighboring suburbs away from the event were underwhelmed by the amount of business they had. In Milwaukee, city leaders are hoping to capitalize economically on this convention.
Yeah, Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley also wants delegates to take the whole city in. He talked with our Brady Mallory about what else he wants.
We've seen several Republican politicians on the main stage at the RNC, but there's something else that's getting the spotlight, the state of Wisconsin and Milwaukee. And I'm here with Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley. What do you think about how this is highlighting your city and Wisconsin in general?
Well, I think this provides a great opportunity for Milwaukee. We want to be able to shine a spotlight on Milwaukee, and we've been on this journey for about 6 years. We can go back to 2020 when we landed the Democratic National Convention, which was upended by the pandemic. The year after that, we had a great championship run with our Milwaukee Bucks. 2 years in a row, we had tourism making record-breaking numbers, and now we have the Republican National Convention. And so for us, this is a great opportunity, not just to focus on the politics of red and blue, but to focus on the economics. So we're really excited about the amount of dollars that's going to be flowing, not only in Milwaukee, but through our entire region.
Yeah, I think even Madison's getting some of that kickback and all these other wonderful smaller communities. And I keep seeing people on X, on social media, saying, wow, I didn't know this existed. Is that kind of fun to see?
Oh, well, absolutely. I mean, one, when you heard those horrible city comments, I was just looking forward to saying, this is a great city, and now I get to say, I told you so. And so people have got an opportunity to see our beautiful lakefront views. Some folks are seeing the different types of restaurants. No matter what background you come from or believe in, we have something to offer you. So this is a great opportunity, particularly as a Democratic city, to have Republicans ranting and raving about how great our community is.
And you know, the voters in Wisconsin, I think, represent America. You know, this is an epicenter of politics. Do you think people are understanding that if you want to get anywhere in politics, you have to visit Wisconsin, you have to pay attention to how we're voting here?
You absolutely do. I mean, we have been a purple state, solidly purple state, for at least 30 plus years. And so if you want to understand the landscape, the microcosm of America, you definitely have to come to a state like Wisconsin. And so, you know, our rural voters, our suburban voters, our urban voters, yes, they connect in many different cases on the issues that affect Wisconsin in general. But if you want to, you know, look at that across the entire gamut of America, this is definitely the place to learn a little bit more about that.
So where does Milwaukee go next? You mentioned some of the great achievements in bringing large events like this. So what's the plan for the future, and how do you, I guess, have a ripple effect for the rest of Wisconsin?
Absolutely. Great question, right? So one, I think it's an opportunity, one, to talk to many of the convention goers, the delegates here, the dignitaries, to learn about their experience here, right? But let's not forget that this has also had an impact on our residents as well, especially when it comes down to downtown traffic. And so we want to hear from them as well to kind of learn about what we need to do moving forward in the future. But our goal is to attract as many conferences and conventions to Milwaukee, attract tourism to Milwaukee. We believe that this is a great place to work, live, and play. And right now, this is a great time to showcase just that.
And lastly, what have you heard from people who are visiting? What are they loving? I've heard cheese curds, of course.
Yeah, I know people are loving the cheese curds. They are definitely loving the microbreweries that we have. We definitely are a beer state. But we also got a lot of different restaurants. Our nightlife scene is definitely second to none, in my opinion. And I can imagine how many folks who came here either Sunday or Monday didn't realize it actually gets hot.
Yes.
You know, and so you can experience a great summer here in Milwaukee. But I think that there are many people who are embarking on our community who have been blown by not only our hospitality but our people as well.
All right, Brady Mallory there with the Milwaukee County Executive. Now, there has been some local reporting about how these businesses downtown aren't quite seeing the influx in shoppers and patrons as they were anticipating. And that was one thing that Brian Schimming, the chair of the Wisconsin GOP, told us yesterday at the breakfast. He was trying to encourage those delegates who are so close, and you know, there's so many great places right outside of the perimeter downtown here in Milwaukee. So he was encouraging those delegates to venture out a little bit and make sure that they're supporting those local shops.
I think that perimeter is really keeping people inside, because you travel too far outside of it,
right.
You either have to walk a little bit or you have to go back through security.
So, yeah. So we have 2 more days,
yes.
and hopefully those businesses can see a little business.
Well, now we're going to toss things over to meteorologist Savannah Brito, who's standing by in the studio with your firstborn weather. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Thank you. It's a beautiful day, beautiful start at least. We have the sunshine out there, much lower humidity levels than what we just had yesterday. There's not a chance for rain over the next couple of days, maybe a stray shower over towards Milwaukee tomorrow afternoon, but roughly everyone's speaking relatively dry, at least through Sunday. We could see some storms develop as we head into the first half of next week. We're at 63 right now in Madison, so temperatures are actually right where they should be. This is the average, about 62, 63, at least for nighttime temperatures mid-July. Afternoon temperatures are going to climb lower to mid-70s, so it will be below average, cooler than yesterday, but not as cool as what we're going to see when temperatures drop tonight into tomorrow morning. It will be a good night to allow those windows to open. Humidity levels will continue to sit roughly the next 2 or 3 days between about 50 and 60 degrees. When they are between those temperatures, we actually are able to get that comfortable weather that kind of sticks with us, and that will be the case at least through Friday. I do think humidity levels and temperatures are going to slowly start to rise as we head into the weekend, but it's overall going to be relatively nice, especially compared to the severe weather we just had. Overall, a break. I'll time out your next storm chance, though, and talk about exactly how low we'll get tonight. Back to you guys.
Savannah, thank you so much for that update.
Coming up here on News 3 Now this morning, we're going to hear from one of former President Trump's fervent supporters and what he thinks about the assassination attempt on the former president. Hey, good morning.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Dear Triathlon, let's splash through rushing rivers, take on iconic trails, and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't kick back and enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs.
Right now, lease a new Corolla Cross for $299 a month, or lease a 2024 RAV4 for $329 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
The heat is on, but you can sleep cool tonight under a stylish ceiling fan from Madison Lighting. It's your last chance to save this summer on a quality ceiling fan and save energy every single day. You need a ceiling fan from Madison Lighting.
Need inspiration? Shop Pick and Save. For over 30,000 mouth-watering choices, plus savings like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Pick and Save is worth it every time. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Don't burn up your money on high energy bills. Get new energy-efficient windows from Champion. Stay cool and save 35% off new Champion windows. Plus, get an extra $100 off every window. The more you buy, the more you save.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
This is where all your dreams come true. You are the Moulin Rouge!
Madison's most spectacular night out is Moulin Rouge, the musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it dazzling, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Now playing at Overture Center. Tickets at overture.org.
Hi, I'm Peter Gottlieb with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. In the August 13th primary election, voters will pick their preferred Democratic or Republican candidates for the United States Congress and the Wisconsin State Legislature. The winners will be on the ballot in the November 5th general election, which will include votes for president and state and federal offices. Learn more at vote411.org.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
We are back here live in Milwaukee at the Republican National Convention. You know, this convention has brought in so many people to Milwaukee, and of course that includes some Trump supporters through and through.
Our Kyle Pozorski spoke to one Trump supporter who wears his support on his sleeve quite literally.
As you walk through here at Convention Fest in Milwaukee, one thing really does become certain. People just love the former president, and you can see through different merchandise and all the items that are on sale here, he is well beloved within the Republican Party.
Tenacious, passionate, truthful.
Donald Trump is our first rock star superhero president.
Edward Young is one of many showing their support for the former president, getting decked out for the RNC. We spoke with him Tuesday in Convention Fest, where he showed off his personal attire, telling us he's worked to acquire it all over the past 8 years.
I'm known as the world's greatest Trump supporter. I've got my Trump shoes on, which I've had since 2016. I have this groovy shirt, Donald Trump, cartoons of Donald Trump on a surfboard. There's a lot of humor on me, but this isn't funny. We are a nation in distress.
He tells me while dressing in this attire symbolizes everything he loves about Trump. He believes the wrong people in charge can do serious harm.
This is the dawning of a new morning for America.
And he says the nation on the whole needs to take this election seriously, especially in the wake of Saturday's assassination attempt.
And I believe the hand of God is involved. I mean, in all seriousness, what happened on Saturday, July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania is a terrible, terrible tragedy.
Reporting here from Convention Fest in Milwaukee, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Yeah. We have seen a lot of people like Ed here on the convention grounds. We're going to have more this morning here from the RNC and tomorrow as well.
For now, we want to send it back to our studio in Madison and Josh Spider. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Great coverage out there this morning. We'll check back in with you guys around 6:30. Now to your certified most accurate forecast. First Weather meteorologist Savannah Brito is here and much more comfortable out here this morning.
Yes, and I think everyone's enjoying that. Lower temperatures. You can allow those windows to open. We're going to see even cooler temperatures the next couple of days. It is about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than this time yesterday when temperatures were still sitting in the 70s. We even still had 70-degree dew points. No longer the question. Both of those are a lot down from yesterday. We're at 63 in Madison, 63 in McFarland, 62 in Wanakee, 62 in Belleville. But temperatures are probably going to be about 5, maybe 7, 8 degrees cooler than what we're waking up with this morning, tomorrow morning. In fact, some areas could drop as low as the upper 40s. We do have an upper 50. Black River Falls is sitting at 57. Warmer temperatures, though. Milwaukee and Kenosha along the lake are in the upper 60s at 67. Dew points, though, these are actually below 60 across most of southern Wisconsin. We do have a couple of 60s, still 63-degree dew point in Janesville, 60 in Monroe. When you do have dew points between 50 and 60 degrees, it's comfortable out there. This sticks with us at least around 60 degrees. That'll be the case through Friday afternoon, Saturday afternoon into Sunday. That's when dew points are going to climb. If you are heading to the RNC in Milwaukee, temperatures will be a little bit cooler later this afternoon, so kind of vice versa compared to what we're experiencing now, where Madison's cooler, Milwaukee's warmer. Milwaukee will be cooler this afternoon compared to Madison, where temperatures here are going to climb in the lower to mid 70s. Lower 70s can be expected for the most part across Milwaukee. I think we'll see a few clouds here and there, but roughly speaking, mostly sunny skies stick with us as temperatures warm later this afternoon from 5 to 10 degrees from where we sit right now. I do think we're going to see, because the mostly clear skies tonight and winds are back out of the north, couple of upper 40s. I think for the most part, lower to mid 50s are going to be the overnight lows tonight. So it will be kind of chilly waking up with the next couple of mornings, and then temperatures tomorrow afternoon are going to climb once again into the lower 70s. We do have a scattered chance of showers that's going to return eventually, not for the next couple of days. I think we stay dry at least through Sunday. As we head into early to midweek next week, that's when I think our better chances for showers are going to return. Why are we seeing cooler temperatures? This is the reason. So we have a trough or a little bit of a dip over the area. That's bringing us the cooler air and separating the ridge and those darker shades of colors, the reds, whites, and pinks out west. That's bringing hot weather there. So we're actually going to be below average now until Friday, and then temperatures will climb a little bit for your weekend. So 75 is the high today. We're up to 79 by Friday, and then temperatures get more closer to an average pattern by Saturday and Sunday, 80 and 81, and then we get back up to 82 mid to late week next week.
On June 4th, Joe Pavelski said the plan is not to play next year, but didn't make it official a couple days after the Stars saw their season come to an end in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Tuesday, though, the former Badger did, officially retiring from the NHL. And what a run it was for Captain America. 18 seasons, 1,332 games played, 1,064 career points scored, and he leaves the league with the most playoff goals scored by a U.S.-born player. Well, next week, Jordan Love of the Packers will kick off their training camp, and Green Bay's QB1 still waiting on that contract extension, one that is expected to be finalized any day now. But in the meantime, Love was running a camp of his own. Number 10 held a youth football camp in Milwaukee for over 600 kids, where he put them through some drills, threw a couple touchdown passes, and even posed for a couple of pictures. Well, speaking of camps, ahead of Denver's training camp, Quinn Miners got paid. The former Whitewater All-American agreed to a 4-year, $80 million deal, including $45 million guaranteed. That makes him one of the highest paid guards in the NFL. Meanwhile, the Dolphin rookies have already reported to training camp, including Hayden Rucci. The former Badger tight end even posted his new school pictures before his first day of camp to social media, saying, quote, "It's time to go to work." Rucci signed with Miami as an undrafted free agent. The 2024 MLB draft is in the books, and a pair of guys with local ties heard their names called. Sun Prairie's Josh Caron was taken in the 4th round by the Mariners as the 121st overall pick. The former Mallard helped lead the Cardinals to a state title in 2021. And Madison College's Michael Carpenter is headed to Minnesota. The Twins took the Wolfpack pitcher in the 11th round. Mallards have won 8 of their last 9 games. They're hosting the Woodchucks and looking to stay hot, but Wausau had other plans. After a 5-run first inning by the Chucks, Max Galvin sends a blooper in the outfield to add another run, and they'd never look back. Mallards fall 8-1, but good news, they're still in the driver's seat to win the second half and punch their ticket to the Northwoods League playoffs. And ahead of their send-off match, the U.S. women's national team hung out with a couple of golden retrievers. Unfortunately, Remy, my dog, didn't make the cut, but Ellie the Golden did, and you could say Rose Lavelle is a huge fan. The former Badger appears to be in heaven after a hug from her new furry friend. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
6:21 still ahead for us. We're talking about the Emmy nominations coming out today. And in our next half hour, much more live coverage from the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. We'll have a recap of some of the speeches from last night.
First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
My husband and I finally agreed that we need a new bathtub and shower. So he went right to work on handling the project. That's him going online researching bathtub and shower installers. And there he is, calling a few places to get an estimate. I think he's procrastinating.
Call 1-800-HANSONS for a new shower or bathtub you'll love. Installed in as little as 1 day.
It's okay. I called 1-800-HANSONS.
We custom fit your new bathtub or shower into your existing space for a fast, convenient, and hassle-free installation with any safety features your family needs. Safety bars, seats, and more with a no-leak guarantee.
Oh, hey, I'm going to call 1-800-HANSONS.
That's great, hon.
Get 50% off installation or no interest and no payments for 1 year. Offer ends soon.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Drive into summer with the rugged Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Summer is for exploring, so get outdoors, kick up some dust, get muddy, or just find that perfect campsite. All from Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
The
summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin with Plexiderm. Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. Best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. Nothing works like this.
I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking, it works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under-eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
You're driving along, then it happens. You get injured in a car crash. After your accident, an insurance adjuster may try to get a recorded statement over the phone or have you sign documents. Don't say or sign anything. Call us first. We'll help get you the money you deserve.
After an accident, don't say anything and don't sign anything until you talk to Gruber Law Offices.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It is 6:25 and Emmy time again. This morning, the National Academy for Television Arts and Sciences will unveil its nominations for television's most prestigious awards. The period Shogun and the anxiety-inducing comedy The Bear are expected to have a big day, along with Netflix's Baby Reindeer. Nominees will be announced live at 10:30 this morning. It'll be streamed on the Academy's website and YouTube channel, and those winners will be unveiled at the televised gala on September 15th. Also happening today, one of Las Vegas's most iconic hotel and casino resorts, the Mirage, is, well, about to become one. The Tropical Oasis is closing its doors today. The Mirage opened almost 35 years ago and was home to some famous acts. The destination will be remodeled into the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Remodeling should be completed by the spring of 2027.
And temperatures are going to be beautiful, Josh. We'll have all the latest when we return.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
Owning my own home is nice. You can just come home knowing that it's yours. It's a sense of pride, sense of ownership, and enjoying it with everyone I love and care for.
Make a lasting impact on local families in need. Please donate today.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download our app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go. U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow, still have 5G here too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working.
Try out our nationwide 5G coverage free for 30 days. Download the U.S. Cellular Try Us app today.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a Major League sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
It's time for the grooviest event of the summer. You'll be feeling good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 1st through the 11th.
If you have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When symptoms tried to take control, I got rapid relief and reduced fatigue with Rinvoq. Check.
When flares kept trying to slow me down, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when my doctor saw damage, Rinvoq helped visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining. Check.
For both UC and Crohn's, rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission.
And visibly reduced damage. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Live from the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is News 3 Now special coverage of the Republican National Convention.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the convention and News 3 Now's special coverage. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie-Ann Lee.
So last night we saw a lot of former President Trump's former political rivals take to the stage to try to bring this party together, including that crucial endorsement from his latest political rival, Nikki Haley, officially putting her backing behind the former president.
Yes, this is going into day 3. It's going to be a jam-packed schedule leading up to that address tomorrow night.
Yeah, and today we have Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, the vice presidential nominee, who is going to speak. So today's theme, every day here has a theme, and today's is Make America Strong once again. Republicans are going to try to focus on national security.
And we're expecting to hear arguments from the Republican Party who say that President Biden is a weak commander-in-chief. Now, this is typically the day the vice presidential nominees address the convention. Of course, we already know Ohio Senator J.D. Vance will be Donald Trump's running mate. The former president made that decision on day 1. Yesterday's theme was Make America Safe once again, with Republicans focusing on the border and crime.
Now, as Republicans were speaking about crime in America, police shot and killed a man about a mile away from Fiserv Forum. Police say 2 men were fighting and one of them had a knife. Police say they asked him to drop his weapon, and when he didn't, they shot him. The officers involved were all with the Columbus, Ohio Police Department. They were 5 of the thousands of officers in Milwaukee for the RNC.
Last night, members of the Milwaukee community gathered for a vigil for the man. A woman who says she's his cousin identified him as Samuel Sharp Jr., a homeless man in his 40s. She says he lived in a tent encampment across from the park where police shot him. This morning, we're hearing from her and from Milwaukee police. Take a listen.
Someone's life was in danger. These officers, who are not from this area, took upon themselves to act to save someone's life today.
Stop killing people's families. Today, y'all came into his neighborhood. He got a dog right there. He loved people. He loved animals. And y'all came and shot him down.
Of course, he had a troubled youth. He's going to...
Residents say Milwaukee police are familiar with the encampment and know many of the people there are struggling with mental health issues. One man who knew Sharp and is also homeless says if it were the Milwaukee police who responded, Sharp would still be alive.
All of this happening as Republicans at the RNC focused on crime yesterday. Republicans trying to draw a connection between crime and the border. Among the speakers, a mother who lost her son to a fentanyl overdose.
His whole future, everything we ever wanted for him was ripped away in an instant. And Joe Biden does nothing. I hold Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, the borders are. What a joke. And Gavin Newsom and every Democrat who supports open borders responsible for the death of my son.
Multiple officials, including House Speaker Mike Johnson, made false claims about crime under the Biden administration. Johnson said that Democratic policies have brought dramatic increases in violence, crime, and drugs. But official data from the FBI shows violent crime dropped significantly in 2023 and so far in 2024.
As he trails incumbent Senator Tammy Baldwin in the race for the U.S. Senate, Republican candidate Eric Hovde is at the RNC speaking about the impacts of drugs on Americans.
And Biden, with his border czar, Vice President Harris, opened our southern border, allowing criminals and terrorists to enter our country. They've emboldened drug cartels to flood our streets with fentanyl, killing over 100,000 Americans every year.
This morning, we're fact-checking that claim. Hovde significantly exaggerated that statistic. The CDC says about 108,000 people died from an overdose, but that's for all drugs, not just fentanyl. And in 2023, America saw fewer overdoses involving fentanyl than we did in 2022. It's also worth noting that largely U.S. citizens are smuggling fentanyl into the country through legal ports of entry.
The conversation about crime comes as the party is trying to put up a united front in the wake of the attempted assassination of former President Trump.
I mean, I sit on the Judiciary Committee. I see Democrats regularly saying this is going to be the end of democracy if Donald Trump is elected, and nothing is further from the case. So Donald Trump is going to come out and talk about how, here's how Americans win, because, I mean, that's really what it's all about at this point. What I hear from people in Wisconsin, my constituents, they're like, what about me? What are you guys going to do to help us? How do we help them? We secure the border, stop the illegal immigration that's going on, deport those who have come in illegally, especially under Joe Biden's watch.
We also heard from Tiffany about Project 2025.
And while Republicans were hosting day 2, Democrats also held their own press conference on Project 2025.
Yeah, our news correspondent Allison Forget explains that the conservative policy agenda continues its plans for a second Trump term.
The group behind Project 2025, the Heritage Foundation, has a booth here at the RNC. Go there and you'll get this pamphlet that has details about Project 2025, but doesn't go into specific policies. So, what is Project 2025?
Unprecedented in the history of the conservative movement.
In more than 900 pages, conservative leaders outlined their policy recommendations for the next Republican president, with plans for how to implement those policies.
The project is a representation of what a majority of Americans feel and believe.
The agenda focuses on concentrating power in the presidency and proposes controversial policies like ending the Department of Education and prosecuting people who send abortion pills through the mail.
Project 2025 is an extraordinary document because it lays out in detail how not just Trump, but the whole kind of MAGA extreme coalition plans to use its power if they get back into the Oval Office to rip away freedom.
Democrats are hitting on the agenda hard, aiming to tie the project to former President Trump. But he says he's unfamiliar with it, posting on Truth Social, quote, "I know nothing about it." The Heritage Foundation has said Trump is not affiliated with it, but at least 140 former Trump administration officials were in some way involved with Project 2025.
The Democrats they're trying to lay this at Donald Trump's feet because they don't have anything to go after him about.
But Wickler argues Project 2025 could easily be implemented if Trump is elected again.
Most Republican operatives and elected officials would agree Trump is not a details guy, but he does decide who carries out the details of governance. And Project 2025 is a blueprint for a MAGA regime that was written by the people who worked for him last time and are gearing up to work for him again if he gets back into the White House.
That was Allison Forgot reporting there. Now, our crews are also hearing from delegates who've traveled pretty far to make it to Wisconsin.
Our Maddie Himes actually spoke to a delegate from Guam, which there they only vote in the primary, but not for the president, on why having a presence at the convention is still very important. Take a listen.
I think we take it really seriously. This is our one chance to determine who should be our representative of the United States. We don't take it lightly, and we're super excited to have President Trump be the candidate for the Republican Party.
We'll continue to share conversations like this throughout today and tomorrow.
All right, let's turn our attention now to our first warn forecast. Meteorologist Savannah Brito is standing by to tell us what you folks in Madison can expect today. Hey there.
Hey guys, thank you. Good morning. We have lots of sunshine out there right now. Really no clouds in sight, at least right above our studio. Temperatures out there across Dane County and southern Wisconsin, lower to mid 60s. This is near normal. Some areas even falling in the upper 50s. That's pretty much northwest west of Madison. And then towards Milwaukee, it is a little bit warmer out there this morning. 67 is the current temperature in Milwaukee. For the RNC, if you're heading out there, temperatures will be similar, at least later this afternoon, mostly to partly sunny skies. That's going to continue. And then temperatures are even going to warm. Dew points rise a little bit. We actually stay below normal within that comfy category between 50 and 60 degrees now until Friday. We'll start to see those creep up a little bit Saturday, but more specifically Sunday. So I do think Saturday will be the better day out of this upcoming weekend, but we'll talk about how low nighttime temperatures are going to go and when we could see rain return to the forecast. That's all coming up a little later. Back to you.
Savannah, thank you so much for that update. Still ahead, more RNC coverage about how the convention is impacting locals here.
We're back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Save big Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. All natural chicken breasts, just $3.88. Driscoll strawberries, just $2.44 a pound when you buy a 2-pound pack. And Hy-Vee yogurt, 3 for just $1. Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
Not everyone knows us, but in southern Wisconsin, Illinois, and eastern Indiana, we are famous in our field. As a Sloan's technician, customer service is our specialty, whether you come to see us or we come to you. We are in the business of supporting your business, and we are highly trained to work on your John Deere equipment. At Sloan's, our loyalty lies with you. We depend on you, and we are proud to serve you. When it comes to service, you can count on us. Remember, think Sloan's first.
It's time for Good News, Madison.
Jazz at 5 this year is at the South Hamilton side of the Capitol lawn. Our artists come from a variety of backgrounds, whether it's students, seasoned performers, national performers, and performers from all over the region. You can find more information at our website, jazzat5.org.
And that is Good News, Madison, brought to you by Don's Home Furniture.
I was raised by my wonderful grandparents who took care of me when my mother was struggling with addiction. Later, when Nana got frail, I was privileged to help take care of her. I believe it's our duty to honor our elders. So I've worked hard in the Senate to protect Medicare and nursing home care from those who've tried relentlessly to cut benefits. The least we can do is help those who've helped us. I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week is here. Over 40 restaurants will showcase 3-course meals from $30. Plus, enjoy the perfect pairings with wine and more from Delicato Family Wines and Frederick Wildman & Sons. Check our online guide on MadisonMagazine.com to see which places offer takeout and dine-in. Save the dates, July 21st through 26th. Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week, where good times and great meals come together. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Coal Fund, and supporting sponsor, Roth Cheese.
Save big Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Lay's, kettle cooked, rolled gold, or munchies, $1.99 each when you buy 2. Jack's Pizza, $2.98. And buy 2, get 1 free on Coke or Topo Chico Sabores. Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
You have a consumer issue and you keep getting the runaround.
It was just a total nightmare.
What you need is an advocate.
It's Call for Action to help me. Nobody else did.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team has the experience and resources to get results.
He was able to accomplish in a couple months what we couldn't accomplish in 4 years.
Need help? Contact us by phone or on channel3000.com. Call for Action, only on News 3 Now. Moving forward for you. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
We're back, and we're taking a look at how the Republican National Convention is affecting locals.
Our News 3 Now's Meryl Hubbard got a chance to speak to some local businesses to find out how the RNC is affecting them.
This is Pfizer Forum, where they're hosting the RNC, and then just steps away is the new old-fashioned restaurant. Now, as you can imagine, with them being so close together, they've been having tons of business.
So we were telling our team to expect about 1 Bucks game a day, which is great. I mean, a Bucks game is pretty high traffic.
Marla Pointinger, the owner of the New Fashion, has been planning the RNC for a year, and so far the event has exceeded expectations.
Yesterday was our first day, and we did the equivalent of about 5 Bucks games yesterday.
The new fashion is right in the center of all the action, so this boom in business is no surprise. But what about outside the hard perimeter?
Yeah, I think that outside the hard perimeter, it's definitely a challenge. I also have other locations outside the hard perimeter, and if we don't have private events, there's essentially no walk-in traffic.
Even if people don't show up now, Marla hopes the RNC will benefit Milwaukee businesses long term.
It's not so much just about what happens this week, but that we have residual business going forward. And
the new old-fashioned restaurant is fully staffed for the entire week, so this is really a marathon for the workers to meet the demands of all the visitors coming in. Reporting in Milwaukee, Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
His own speech.
As mentioned earlier this week, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson will be giving a press briefing every day before the Republican National Convention starts, and we're going to take a live look at that right now.
We might not be able to hear from reporters asking him questions, but he is commenting about yesterday's shooting near the RNC grounds. Let's go to that live.
Services and greet the family and offer my condolences again there before Reverend Sharpton came and gave the eulogy for Mr. Mitchell here in Milwaukee at Holy Redeemer Church of God in Christ.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you.
All right, it looks like that news conference just ended with Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson. He was taking some questions about the shooting that was near the RNC, also taking some questions about another incident that happened here within the last month or two or so. We'll have any updated information that came out of that on our website as soon as we can get it.
Now, Johnson's been looking forward to the convention's effects on the RNC since 2022, when he made the final pitch to get Republicans to host in the city.
Our Braden Ross sat down with the mayor ahead of the convention to talk to him about how he's handling the spotlight.
You're a strong Democrat. This is a strong blue city that will now be flooded by red. What has that been like for you, trying to balance that?
My goal in hosting the Republican National Convention was to elevate Milwaukee, to get Milwaukee some more prominence on the national as well as the global stage. I think the convention will certainly help us to do that, and I'm very grateful for having that opportunity. But just because we're gracious hosts doesn't mean, and it certainly doesn't mean, that we agree with the Republican Party platform or the nominee on the Republican side. I certainly don't, and the vast majority of people who live in the city of Milwaukee don't agree with that either.
You can watch the full interview with Mayor Johnson, including his thoughts on whether President Biden should step down, online right now at channel3000.com.
All right, for now, we're going to send it back to the studio. Michelle Renee Quinn is giving us an update on a developing story overnight. Michelle Renee.
Good morning. That's right. One person is in the hospital this morning after a crash on the Beltline. That person was trapped inside their vehicle. Now, Madison Fire Department confirmed they were able to get them out, and first responders took that person to the hospital. So you can see Madison police blocking off traffic. This video is from this morning. Beltline westbound near Whitney Way was closed for about 3 hours. Right now, all lanes are open. Now, there was another crash that happened early this morning, and that was on I-90-94 eastbound in Mouston. And I just got off the phone with the State Patrol, who told me that there is one person seriously injured and another person with life-threatening injuries in a single car rollover. That's all we have for now, but we'll continue to keep you updated on air and on channel3000.com. Here's Savannah Brito with your First Warn weather.
Thank you, Michelle Renee. We are tracking better conditions overall. A stretch of 3 days in a row, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with severe weather. Yesterday was quiet. Temperatures were near normal. Those dip even lower this afternoon, and that sticks around for the next couple of days. So does the sunshine. We're going to remain dry at least through the weekend. I think we could see some night showers Sunday and then into Monday at the earliest right now. But a calm pattern with sunshine up until then. 64 in McFarland, 63 in Madison, 62 in Middleton, and temperatures tomorrow morning are going to be even cooler. So you might want to open up those windows. Temperatures are definitely going to be cool enough. Even this afternoon, we're not going to warm a lot. We actually are going to stay below average nighttime temperatures and afternoon temperatures as well. Tomorrow morning, we'll wake up to 54, 55 Friday, and then close to 60 Saturday morning. I think a couple areas could even see the lower 50s tomorrow morning, maybe even a couple of upper 40s. So comfortable. So are the dew points. Right now, they're still hovering right about 60 degrees. You can see when they do fall below 60 and really even below 50, that's when it's comfortable outside. Up until now through Friday afternoon, we are going to see comfortable dew points, but over the weekend, those slowly start to trickle up. Not so much Saturday. I think it'll be more muggy outside once we get to Sunday afternoon, and then into Monday, that should start to creep down at least a little bit. Mostly sunny skies with temperatures in the lower to mid 70s. We'll see clouds pretty much clear out overnight too. Anything that we do see this afternoon, minimal at best, no showers, but a few clouds rolling through this afternoon. You can see that on radar. Temperatures then fall overnight. Like I said, a couple of 40s. Tomorrow will be similar. I think we'll see maybe a couple more clouds, maybe a stray shower east of Madison towards Milwaukee, but nonetheless, we finally see some relief from all the heavy rain that we've seen and really not able to get out of that pattern. But the next couple of days, we stay dry. Luckily, very low chances for precipitation. Over the weekend, that's when temperatures will climb back to near normal 80 Saturday, 81 on Sunday, and then temperatures are going to stay right about 82, which is our average high mid-July and really actually the entire month of July. Really looking forward to the cooler nighttime temperatures. I just love when temps make it up to the, mid to upper 70s during the day and then they fall to 55 at night. Super nice.
You can open up the windows, get some fresh air.
Finally, we need to air those houses
Yes,
out.
we do. And it looks like weather's going to be cooperating for concerts on the square tonight. We're going to have live coverage for the performance of Trumpet Squared. I'll be back with you today on Live at 4 along with our news at 5 and 6 tonight. We're powering through all day, every day here. Andrew Balio and Matthew Onstad will be performing. Again, the concert starts at 7 o'clock. King Street, corner of Capitol Square. And you can begin saving those spots at 3 o'clock. Well, ahead in the morning sprint, we'll check back in with Chris and Kyrie on live from Milwaukee. But first, let's look who's 3 today as we head to break.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
When you donate furniture, cabinets, and appliances to Habitat Restore, you make an impact on neighbors in your community. Profits generated from Restore sales help provide safe and secure housing for hardworking families across Dane County. Donate to make a difference today.
It's time for the grooviest event of the summer. You'll be feeling good at the Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 1st through the 11th.
Are you suffering with neck pain, back pain, or sciatica due to disc-related conditions? You may have tried drugs, spinal injections, or physical therapy just to find out it didn't help. You're not alone. The problem is that some of those treatments focus on symptom relief, but may not address the underlying disc problem. As a result of injury or overuse, the discs may bulge, herniate, or degenerate over time. Our therapies are highly successful and reduce pain associated with those conditions and may help you avoid neck or back surgery. At Midwest Spine and Nerve Center, we'll design a treatment program using the latest in pain-relieving therapies, including non-surgical spine decompression, ProAdjuster 360 computerized technology, laser therapy, and more. Visit our website or call to schedule a complimentary consultation.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Pittsburgh's Ultra Advanced Semi-Transparent Exterior Stain and Sealant in 1 can be applied on damp wood, allowing you to clean the surface and stain in 1 day. Get a gallon for $34.48 after rebate. Pittsburgh's Paramount is a premium exterior wood stain and sealant in 1. It provides enhanced waterproofing protection and resists cracking and peeling for a durable finish. A gallon starts at $38.97 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I love the co-op because of the good food and it supports the community.
I love the fresh produce, coffee at the juice bar for while I'm shopping, and the large selection of bulk products.
I think the prices are great. I love the co-op because they make healthy food affordable for people.
I love the people who work here and the people who shop here.
The vibe is great, and they have fun cooking classes for kids.
I love the co-op. I come here almost every day.
It's kind of my mini vacation going there.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC turn your design dreams into reality. With customized solutions and quality products, our passion and expertise will help turn your room into a dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Winner! Get Mallards tickets at mallardsbaseball.com.
It is 6:53, time for the morning sprint, and we start with Chris and Kyrie on live in Milwaukee for day 3 of the RNC. Good morning, guys.
Josh, good morning. Yes, day 3 comes after a night filled with former President Trump's former political rivals trying to unite the party. That includes Nikki Haley, who officially gave Trump her support.
And today's theme here at the RNC is Make America Strong once again. They're going to try to focus on national security today. And we should also hear from the vice presidential candidate, J.D. Vance, tonight. Josh, back to you.
A Milwaukee man is dead this morning after police shot him to death about a mile away from Pfizer Forum. Police say 2 men were fighting and one of them had a knife. Police say they asked him to drop his weapon, and when he didn't, they shot him. The officers involved were all with the Columbus Police Department in Ohio. They are just 5 of thousands of officers from outside of Milwaukee in town for the RNC. Breaking this morning, 1 person is in the hospital after a crash on the Beltline overnight. It happened on Whitney Way, or at Whitney Way, just after midnight. Officers had to shut down all westbound lanes for a few hours. The road is back open this morning. 1 man is dead after a motorcycle crash in the town of Pleasant Springs. Someone walked by and noticed the man lying unresponsive in a ditch. There was also a motorcycle in a nearby field. Dane County deputies and other officials responded, pronouncing him dead at the scene. Traffic was rerouted for over 3 hours. The suspect in a drive-by shooting on Madison's east side last month is now in custody. Jerome L. Jacobs was arrested in Gary, Indiana. That's near the border to Illinois. It is unclear when he will be extradited to Madison. Police say he was involved in a shooting that injured 2 people back in June. Breaking right now, officials are actively investigating a crash early this morning on I-90-94. The portion near Boston is blocked off due to a single vehicle rollover. We are told 2 people are seriously injured as well. We'll provide you with an update as soon as we have that, both here on air and on channel3000.com. Right now, UW Health is receiving national recognition. The U.S. News and World Report's named them the best hospital. It is the 13th straight year they've earned the top spot in the state. UW Health also receiving accolades for 7 medical and surgical specialties.
And the next couple of days are going to be comfortable. We have low dew points, lower temperatures, both during the night and the afternoon. 75 today, low chances for rain, so we are going to continue with that quieter pattern. Finally, yesterday, we finally started to get back to that. That will be the case at least through the weekend. I think Sunday will be when it starts to get a little bit more muggy outside, and then rain chances return mid to early in the week. At the earliest, I think we could even see storm chances at least increase mid to late week next week. But up until then, I mean, really no complaints.
And perfect evening for concerts on the square tonight.
Yes, you'll be there tonight,
I
right?
will be there tonight.
Josh is
4,
doing
5, and 6. I know. Got to take a nap today.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks for joining us. We'll have more RNC coverage throughout the day right here on News 3 Now.